Good morning. Shooting is a little earlier than normal, but well, that's okay. Take your opportunities when you get them. What I've been thinking about this morning, actually, something I've been thinking about for about the last 2 days, is this whole GameStop short selling nonsense. And I'd like to make it clear, I know very little when it comes to investing. But this has been captivating for me. I have been wonderstruck with everything that's going on right now. Hedge funds losing billions of dollars because they made bad bets. Oh man. It's weird. It's weird how kind of exciting it is. But it got me wondering, why is it so exciting? Why is it that I don't really mind compared to normal? I'm usually the first one when friends at my progressive left university are talking about how we should eat the rich and how unethical it is that people make lots of money at the expense of the poor. I'm usually the first one to tell them, hey, inequality is not necessarily a bad thing. Inequality is a very natural thing. And one of the great bits about the market we have is that the inequality can persist, but the actors have a lot more freedom to change. I.e., if you're poor, it is possible for you to climb. And if you're at the top, it is possible for you to fall. But of course, that brings us to hedge fund managers. You see, my position on inequality comes from the standpoint that it's okay to lose sometimes. That losing money is unfortunate and inevitable. And so if you find yourself on the bottom of life, just to remember that it's okay. If bad luck put you down there, good luck can get you out of it. And your decisions clearly factor into that as well. So I wasn't particularly upset about the hedge funds losing a bunch of money. They placed bets on stock where if they were right, they turned a profit. And if they were wrong, well, they didn't think they could be wrong. What they didn't look at is that if they were wrong, their losses could be ostensibly infinite. That's a classic asymmetry right there. Just like how I talked before about how if I'm right about wild animals being dangerous and I carry a knife with me and I never get attacked, small loss. But if I'm wrong and a wild animal mauls me and I can't defend myself, or worse, a person attacks me and I can't defend myself, well then I've got everything to lose. Same situation with these hedge funds. Except they didn't think it was even conceivable that GameStop stock would rise. But then came the baffling part where they started trying to shut down people's ability to buy the stock because people were making a bunch of money, a load of money. People were becoming millionaires overnight on this stock because the hedge funds made a mistake. And then they tried to shut it all down. And man, if you wanted one thing to polarize everybody against you, man, that was it. Elites don't get a lot of sympathy. I'm sympathetic to elites. But even I see the necessity in them being able to lose. They just lost. And then they were trying to change the game when they lost. The difference about this time is that they lost and they can't just blame it on some Six Sigma Black Swan event that crashed the entire economy and they can't explain. This time it's regular people decided to buy a stock you'd shorted. That's not an unpredictable event. And it's something that they were clearly fragile to. But anyway, that's why everybody on the political spectrum seems not to disagree on this one. I was telling my girlfriend, people on the right tend to like rules. People on the left tend to like looking after the people disenfranchised by the rules and maybe change the rules so they aren't so harsh. It's a generalization, but I think it's characteristic enough to work with. And so what do you get when you get people breaking the rules and trying to create new rules that are worse off than the old rules? You get both halves of the political spectrum extremely upset with you. People trying to game the system so they have an unfair advantage. Conservatives aren't really about that. And then gaming the system so inequality becomes even more rampant. Ooh, the left is not like that. And so that's why it's been so exciting and humbling for me to watch this thing take off. Because it really helps you see the similarities you have with people. Makes you think people aren't so different after all. At the end of the day, we want to play a fair game. We want to play a fair game where people can win, but more importantly, where everybody can lose. That's a key. If you make it so you can't lose, then people will light the game on fire just to watch you burn. Anyway, that's all that's on my mind today. Let me know what you think. Do you think that these hedge funds had it coming, or do you disagree with me? Do you think there's something I've overlooked? Tell me what you think about that. Maybe you're on the side of this could ruin the economy and people shouldn't be fucking around. I get that. Either way, let me know. Have a good day.